city on the advice of Prior Eric, because you'd heard that the High Cleric Earlist of Harfoot had disappeared. And of course, Friar Time is a cleric of Harfoot. Gronk is also a cleric, so he was happy to help a friendly religion. Very ecumenical of him. And you were trying to find the Polymath's lost notebook, which you did. And you found it by eliminating a lot of slotty gangsters, Arnathalim, and his human cohort, El Mahim. You also, in the process, eliminated the twin dragon, the two-headed dragon, although not his servant. His servant eventually fled, the green dragon.
He ran away.
So you do have the notebook now. And the reason you needed the notebook... Oh, I'm sorry. I think Tolan took a souvenir from the dragon. Is that right?
The scales.
David's not
did,
here.
yeah. He
Yeah, he
has
took some
scales.
scales.
The scales.
Yep.
Yep. And so you know that the notebook is to be exchanged this midnight of the coming day. It's now night, so you have about 24 hours at the Old Watchtower. And the High Cleric is under the protective custody of Osnar of the Magicians Guild, who said, they sort of found him wandering out in the streets where he shouldn't have been, and they wanted to make sure he didn't hurt himself. But, of course they deserve something for their troubles for returning the High Cleric, which is the Polymath's lost notebook.
That was in
And-
air quotes, right? Protective custody.
Yes, that was in quotes, protective custody. Kind of like when there were those few sailors over in China a number of years ago, because their boat wandered a little too close.
Yes, it was for their own protection.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm.
And what did I forget? Oh, and you're away from the glowing coast. You kind of got out of town there, and I assume you're on your way back to the city. That's where we last left our heroes.
Yeah.
Yes, I think the last thing we said was we were going to go back to the temple to keep the book safe for the day. Because apparently this book is hot stuff. People seem to want this book, and if we're walking around carrying it, we might be in for some trouble.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And Gronk's pretty full up on trouble lately, so
I think we all are.
yeah.
The slots weren't that hard, but it was those damn dragons, man.
Hey, was it 2 dragons or?
And I don't know who.
It was a 2-headed red dragon and a 1-headed green dragon. The green dragon was a younger one, but the red dragon was a little older. And that one, I think Tolan did 2 lightning bolts on the red dragon and took it out.
Yeah. And I bluffed the other one.
I can't believe you did that. I really tried. That I got hit with that breath weapon, and it just took me down. Now I need to have some kind of protection from acid.
Well, that's right.
Gas.
So I'm soaking wet. That's right. Because after I bluffed the dragon, they hit me with a rock and knocked me in the ocean.
Oh.
I still can't believe you bluffed him.
Rolled a 1 too on my charisma check.
I know, right? I'm not worthy.
We're not worthy.
And this is why I allow Velvar to follow me, because he is entertaining.
You allow him to follow you.
I allow him to follow me. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All you guys are all entertaining. So
Yeah.
that's
I'm
why I
glad
have you as followers.
That's right. You have us. You keep us around. That's good.
We are like a well-oiled machine.
Okay,
So what's next?
that's the question.
We're headed back to the temple in the city of Kingswear.
No, we still have someone to rescue, don't we?
What?
We still have someone to rescue, don't we?
Oh,
There's
well,
always someone
that's
to
not-
be rescued.
That's not until this evening. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna hang out for the day. Maybe we need to rest up because I think all of the spellcasters are pretty much wiped out of spells, and we need a break. I think Gronk used up all of his spells. I've used up most of mine. Tolan used up a bunch of his.
I can purify some food and water, but beyond that, I'm pretty much toast. Yeah.
You know what? I can put a Band-Aid on a cut. That's about it.
Well,
Well,
this was good.
Sounds
But it's only
good.
one of those dollar store band-aids.
Yeah, it's gonna fall
Oh,
off a little bit.
David said he should be along
But
shortly.
you know what? I do have
Excellent.
Ren and Snoopy Band-Aids, so I think you're good.
Did you guys do some healing last week, or you didn't really take a lot of damage from that? Dragon.
I
People
was
did, yeah.
down. I lost about 80% of my hit points, so I did some healing. Gronk did some healing.
Oh yeah.
I think Albion too.
Albion
Yeah.
took a lot. Gronk,
Yeah.
Gronk healed him. Where is it? I know I healed myself and some other people, I think.
Okay, so you want me to take you back to the temple?
Yes, please.
I
Yes,
think I can get
please.
the wall of stone bridge there, but we'll. Oh, that's right. And I got to ping. I apologize. I always forget to ping. But I'll ping once we're back. Okay, I got to go past the market. Oop, I gotta go to the other slide.
Where
Yep.
You got to go where the other piggy is.
Well, but I mean,
I'll choose the brick one.
I have it on a different tab.
Hmm.
So I'm going to bring you over and I'm going to ping. I have these naps on two different tabs.
Oh, we're going wee all the way home.
Yes, we are. There's plenty of shrubbery if anybody needs to wee on the way home.
I think my dog.
Or maybe seeing those that two-headed dragon already took care of that.
I'm gonna need new shorts.
So I got you guys down to like 20% of the hit points at one point, or at least a couple of you.
I think
Mhm.
yeah. Well, I did because I think I got hit with 2 breath weapons,
Okay.
one from each dragon, and that really took me down.
All right, good. I just want to make sure I'm not wussing out on anybody.
Oh no,
No, that was scary.
That was a challenging battle, and I think we if it weren't for Valvaro's charm, we might have been in trouble.
Saves the day every time. Okay, so you're back at the temple there, and Sister Ewith is minding the door and lets you in.
What's up,
And it is
sister?
kind of middle of the night, so she shushes you up to your chambers.
I feel guilty for making
I must
noise.
be Brother Catfell. Please go with.
So are you going to bed now, or you're gonna?
No, I asked the sister to awake Brother Cadfell.
Okay, she kind of grow. He won't like that, but she does. She does go do it. All right, so Brother Cadfell is awakened, and he joins you in the foyer. I'm sure there's a fancy church word for foyer, but I don't know what it is.
I think it's just foyer.
Maybe
Probably
There's the nave, the
nave and the
belfry.
proscenium or something.
Oh wait, I have to interrupt. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
At work, I took a call from a priest, and he said, "We need police. Can we have a bat in the church?" So I couldn't help asking, "Is it in the belfry?" But he laughed. He says, "No." I had to. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right.
Back to our show.
Back to our regularly scheduled
Atrium.
a little comedic interlude.
Yeah.
So we tell Brother Cadfell that we have obtained the book, and from our appearances, he probably will see that it took quite an effort to do that.
And he says, "Oh." He said, "Have you looked at the book at all? Have you read through it?"
Nah, I totally
Oh, I'm sorry.
I totally forgot to.
Okay.
Tolan probably looked at it though.
The polymath was very much into writing in code, and he would write backwards and sideways and things. And his mind was a bit scattered too, so you'd often find a recipe on one page, and then, notes about his bank account on the next.
Oh.
There I am.
Hey.
Hey.
There, David.
I apologize. Thank you for the special invite, Patrick. You interrupted a dream where I was ordering a stoplight for my boss, and I have no idea why
A
or how the hell I was going to do that, because I'm a network traffic cop.
A stoplight for your bus or boss?
For my boss. Like, there was something wrong with the road, and I was to direct traffic down a hill, this way as opposed to, and I'm like, how the hell's this my job?
Do you need a flashing yellow light? Because I have one of those.
Hey, no, I think it was a full stoplight. It was supposed to integrate with like a main road and yeah.
Sorry, I can't help you with that.
I think I can rent one now that when I woke up, I looked over at Patrick's message and I said, "Oh, I can rent one. That's right." Patrick had a stoplight. It was the cutest thing in the world. It was like this. Down the road from his house, there was a light on an extended pole, running off of a generator, and it timed with like another light on the other side. It was really weird.
Yeah, it was at the construction site. Yeah.
Yeah, when they were rebuilding that bridge around the corner from your house. So yeah.
So what do you eat before you lay down to have a nap? Just curious.
At that point, nothing. So that was kind of an interesting dream. So
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's 7:30, and I must have interrupted something.
No, that's okay. You came in a good place for Tolan anyway.
There you go. I just posted a link for a portable traffic signal.
Ah, there we go.
There you go.
Get them from DJ Supplies too.
I'm going to forward this to my boss right away. He's going to handle it himself.
So as you can tell, Tolan has his nose in the book. He's been reading it the whole way back.
Yep.
He tripped over several rocks, bumped into at least 3 trees.
This is fascinating reading. Really, I do not know what the sir was thinking about. He was thinking far ahead of his times. I don't even know what he's talking about with this horseless carriage nonsense. He must be an automaton.
Preposterous, I say.
So,
So
Tolan,
Does he want us
Go
to
on,
look
say.
into the book?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
if Tolan wants to give me a D20 roll, assuming he's poring over the book, and Narthex would be a great character name.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, it would be. That sounds like totally early '80s to me, or
The
late
things
70s.
I do in my free time.
I
Well,
do remember.
that's-
I do remember the term narthex.
If
I
I would have went to church a lot more if they had used like, "We need you to come into the narthex." Oh yeah.
My church did use those terms, and I said,
And then you find out it's just a dusty old library
Yeah. Oh well. Even then, that would kind of be cool too.
full of children's books.
Oh no.
So, Tolan, you're finding in the book, kind of hidden among, it's quite a wade. This is a long notebook, and as you'd see, Sir Piero, his mind wandered to very fantastic possible inventions, to his, like I said, to his bill from lunch, and his grocery shopping list. And there is some mention that he's looking into these magical kind of alchemical rites, some way to either see into or open ways into, he doesn't know what to call them, other planes or other spheres, other ways of existence. but he makes mention that he will not list the rituals required because they're too vile and evil.
Okay. So like this
You know,
book
should this?
is useless to them.
Well, no, he hints at them.
Okay.
So
Do they-
perhaps
does he talk about locations of them?
yes, he does mention that you know he doesn't travel very much, but you know that he does suspect any certain locations on the world which would be you know more open to these portals than others.
Mm.
You know, and perhaps if creatures came through, he says they could be bound with these evil rituals.
So
he
does it?
said, you know, while he won't list the rituals there, it doesn't necessarily mean that other people don't already know these rituals or couldn't learn them.
So is this something we think we should hand over to these
Oh, hell
magic
no.
users?
Nope.
Would
I'm
there-
sure they only have his best interest at heart.
Well, being a thief, to put it plainly, Rascalfoot says, is there a way that we could perhaps counterfeit the book? Give them something that would look like the book? You know, so long enough that we could get the halfling pope back, and then
I doubt we have enough time to do that.
would there be anything in Brother Cadfell's library that, you know, would kind of, you know, I'm doing the Indiana Jones kind of weighing the bag of sand and thinking, yeah, that book kind of looks like this book. Could we not, you know, maybe put some, I'm looking at Tolan, could you not put some fancy inscriptions on this? And no?
It's gonna take a long time to do that.
Okay.
You know how long it takes to copy a book?
Yeah,
No.
it looks like
And-
this. Just a
I don't
copy
even
of week.
I don't even know how long it takes to read a book.
There is that.
We're just better off if we do anything, taking a blank book with us.
Well, Brother Cadfell does say, that, you know, there is unfortunately, a magical forger in town, you know, who has some spells that, if that's the direction you want to go, that she may be able to do it, but you know, she would certainly charge a price for it.
Is this something that, like, I mean, again, it, you know, this halfling pope is no skin off my nose, or feet, like, but does Brother Cadfell feel like, is he sort of suggesting to us that, look, if I were you, I wouldn't give this book over, even though it may mean the life of his leader? Or is he, because he seems to be sort of like, you know what, if you guys want to forge the book, go ahead. And I'm thinking, you know, but this is maybe playing with the life of your leader.
He says, I'm in a tough spot. Of course, I don't want anything to happen to Erlis, but by no means. He said, but you know, I also understand that there's a danger here, and
Yeah.
sometimes there have to be sacrifices. I wish I had a clear moral answer for you.
Oh, okay. I just didn't want to sort of,
Sometimes the way is not clear, even for us clerics.
no, okay. No, I just didn't want to sort of, you know, misinterpret what he was saying and risk the life of his leader.
you
just
can see-
'cause-
You can see he's very concerned, and he's kind of torn himself. You know, he knows that, like he said, the book could be used for evil, but you know, a person's life is at stake as well.
Right. Well, what do you,
I leave it to the
So he's giving you some
Yeah, I mean-
thoughts and choices.
this is sort of, I'm looking at Friar Time, Tolan, Gronk. I mean,
I'm gonna keep my nose in the book and do another intelligence check on it. I'm looking for like a hidden cipher or something within the book.
Okay. What are you trying to decipher?
I don't know. Is there like anything like unusual out of places? I'm reading it like numbers highlighted or letters capitalized or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like out of place. Yeah. Like I'm just trying to see if there's some pattern to pick up within the book itself that's not readily apparent. And I don't know if a 10's good enough for that, or I could be going the whole route of that one math petition and going nuts. So,
well, you do find, it is possible that there is some code here. It's not readily like leaping out at you, but you do notice that Ser Piero did, he highlighted, or occasionally he'd use like 2 dashes, when he could use a single dash to sort of set out one letter apart from the other.
Cool. Let me go down the whole Nash route here.
You looking for Bill's treasure?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm wondering if this combined with other books or other thinking real information, because this thing's not giving us anything real. It's just there could be places somewhere that do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's what I'm getting out of it.
Okay.
That wouldn't surprise me.
It doesn't.
Well, as you're reading it, with those ciphers, you think with a little bit more, if you had a little more chance to sit down and like write them down, perhaps and pore over them a bit more, you might actually be able to get the location out of it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I could pull myself up in the narthex there and.
Well, that's like the front porch is all the narthex.
Oh, the narthex is only the front porch.
Yes.
Or the entryway.
That's it. I'm blockading the narthex. Nobody can come in and come out. This is where I'm doing this. Darn it! I'm not going to move to a more convenient spot. No. So yeah, I mean, I retreat back to maybe the inner sanctum somewhere. Where was that library that had more Sir's works? Was that just the town library, or was that the church's library?
You
were in the church's library.
Yeah. Are there any nearby locations that were particular to the Sir?
Brother Cadfael says, well, he lived in town. But the apartments have since been rented or let out. They weren't maintained as a any kind of historical site. He said he actually did some. He actually did a small number of paintings for us as well. Some small frescoes.
Oh, maybe they'll be inspiration to me as I get the location of the frescoes so that I may review them.
So he takes you into the refectory, if I'm saying that right.
Yeah.
Refectory. Yeah, it's a hard word to say. And there is and he calls it small, but it's still rather large. It's maybe about 12 foot by 10 foot. And there is, a picture back there, and it seems to be Harfoot surrounded by other celestial beings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's some sort of paradise behind him with rolling green fields and little houses set right into the hills. Nearby Harfoot is a very large platter of food and steaming mugs of drink.
This does not speak.
Perfect.
Looking at the.
I think Claymore and I will have to imbibe.
Looking at the location behind Harfoot, is there anything to identify that? Does anybody know where he might have like come up with the geography for the background of this? Yeah, is this particular like for lack of a better word, halfling hole?
Whoa. Say that with some respect, my friend.
Halfling burrow? Is there
Yeah.
a term that you use? I forgive my cultural ignorance.
It is a home.
Well, these halfling homes then.
Yes.
Is this a usual type of home? A burrow in the side of a.
Should we make a roll?
Well, you would know as halflings.
Okay. I sit there and finger upon my lips, examining it. Do I see anything that seems out of the unhobbity?
Way back in the distance on this picture are some ruins nearby a lake.
Are
You
they-
know, that's such that a painter would perhaps add for character.
Are
Like,
they?
you mean intelligence? Go on, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I was going
intelligence
to say,
roll,
are they?
Rascal Flick?
Yeah. Yeah. are
But
they-
ask me.
Well, I was going to say, are they? They're obviously not hobbit or halfling structures, are they? If they're above ground like that.
Well, the ones that are built into the side of the hill are hobbit structures or halfling structures.
Yeah, but these ruins in the back.
No, and even though you're in your travels, you're not from here. Certainly you know from talking with other halflings that there is one place called the North Shires,
Mm-hmm.
and north of the North Shires is a city that's been abandoned for many, many years. And in fact, the halflings warn their children not to go there.
Ooh.
That there was an ancient evil swept through there many years ago, and there was a battle on the site that ruined it. And the rumor, the old stories are contradictory which side actually won.
Okay.
Were the good people chased out, or was the evil that had been there defeated?
Okay.
So you don't have a lot of information, but you seem to remember something about the North Shires.
Okay. Is that something that Friar Time would know? Like if I said to him, do you remember the story about the North Shire?
No. Wait. Is that wisdom or intelligence? I don't think it
Probably
matters.
intelligence. Probably intelligence for remembering
No.
something like that.
No, I know it's definitely not 17.
Somehow I remember.
So what are you trying to remember, Albion? Whether you would have heard of it in your travels?
Yeah.
Yes, you. What you know as a witch hunter was, there had been a witch in ancient times who had, taken control of the city, and it's rumored she was either defeated there or routed at that point, and then the city was maybe taken back by men. But it has since fallen into ruins. There's even some rumors perhaps there was a plague that maybe the witch had not been destroyed as thoroughly as they thought. So in any event, what you do know is that the city is avoided.
Do we know how far it would be from King Sawyer?
Some distance
Okay.
north of there.
Nah,
But of course, you have some.
we have a way to get there.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
All we got to do is think about the paint, the
Yeah.
city and the paint, and sleep on it.
Do you think you think it's a clue?
Well, let me sleep on it, baby.
But
You give an answer in the morning.
but does this trump trying to get Airlist back?
Now, have we told the dudes that we do have the book?
We told Brother Catfill we have the book.
Yeah, but we didn't tell the guys, right? The guys that are holding the Halfling Pope.
No, but the meeting time is supposed to be at this evening.
Well,
Now I don't know if they are protecting him. Then I mean, you would think that if we didn't show up with the book, that it's not like they're going to kill him. They're just going to hang on to him a little longer.
I'm just wondering if we said to them, listen, getting the book was harder than we thought. And can we get another night? Or did you mean tonight? Oh, did you when you said midnight? Like,
you know, this whole daylight savings time just messed me up. I thought it was,
like midnight tonight, or are you talking like midnight tomorrow? Like, I can never, you know.
Is it 12 a.m. or 12 p.m.?
Well, you know, it's like when someone says Sunday
Is it first
morning.
breakfast or second breakfast?
Yeah, exactly.
no, there's never a question about second breakfast.
No, we all know what time that is, but
How about second winter?
I think we're on third winter by now.
It is coming.
I don't know. Like, what do you think?
The dragons are coming.
You guys.
Do you think we have time to do that?
I don't know.
And in reality, oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, again, I'm, you know, if the worry is that, you know, we hand over this dangerous book to these guys who obviously are nefarious, then, you know, we're kind of causing more problems. You know, if you're right, you know, they really want the book. They don't really want the Pope, and killing the Pope doesn't get them anything.
That's
God,
true.
I hope
You know,
the NSA isn't listening to our conversation right now, but
Freeze!
yeah,
the needs of the many don't outweigh the needs of the few. One.
Or the one.
so, you know, like, that's what I mean. Like,
They're
we-
going to be coming after me for Canadian collusion
yeah,
instead of Russian collusion.
yeah. He
You gotta
promised. He promised us maple syrup. So I don't know. I mean, maybe we take the chance
Not like it's Terrence and Phillip.
and say, you know, we need send some sort of message and say we can't make tonight's meeting, but we'll be there tomorrow night with the book, guaranteed.
So we leave a message. Sorry, we'll be back tomorrow.
Well, I think we should tell them that. I don't know, make up a story and say, you know, we you know, we couldn't, you know, I mean, my goodness, it was slods and dragons. Like, do they expect us just to do that easily?
I think they do.
Well, or they didn't care if we didn't do it because it wasn't them that was, you know.
Exactly.
So that's what I mean. Like, I think if we say, oh no, there's been some difficulties, but we will definitely get the book tonight. What are they going to do? They kill the Pope. We have the book.
Well, do you really think they
No.
believe that I would have a difficult time?
Well, no, I mean, but I'm hoping they maybe haven't heard of you and your prowess. You know, of course.
You are handicapped by your party members.
Exactly. You had a bunch of halflings.
I wasn't talking about us. I was talking about, you know, the other ones.
Well, I know, but that's the way these wizards would think, right? So, I don't know. It could be a clue. I think we should try.
Okay, so let me just see if I can get it straight. So you're thinking that you want to, you have two options. One is taking the, waiting and taking the book tonight, or three options. One is maybe forging the book to bring a false book there, or do some kind of substitution, and the other is heading north to scope out this ruined city. I'm just presenting you with just trying to make sure that I understand all the options.
I mean, is that something that we think? Is that a clue, or is it just? I don't know. This is to angels and demons for Claire for Rascalfoot. You know, I think it takes someone of a devious mind to figure this out. Albion, what do you think?
Even I'm not that bad.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, we need someone who doesn't trust anybody, and you know, thinks everything is a plot against him. Albion, what would you think of this? Do you think we should go and check out the ruins in hopes that it's a clue in the book, or we forge the book and try to pass it off, or we just hand the book over and we say, well, I guess that's off the table.
I think I should be offended by this classification.
No, it's just your special ability.
I should be flattered.
Good man.
I'm not
Good
sure
man.
You should be
which.
flattered. You should be flattered. You have a special ability.
You should be totally insulted by this.
If somebody says I should be insulted, I'm going to do the opposite.
See? Always listen to the halfling.
I don't mind the idea of forging it.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
sorry, I was going to say, would that buy us time? And then we could check out this book a little bit more.
I mean, they wanted the book, and technically we are giving them the book. It's just a copy.
And not a very good one.
Not a very good one, but it's still the book.
Oh, you wanted that book. Well, gentlemen, I think we need a decision made.
I'll pick the runes then.
I'll be the decider.
Okay. How many want to go to the ruins?
I don't pretend to understand what's going on, but I'll go to the ruins.
I'm gonna roll my Shannon die here.
Oh God, don't.
Yes. Gronk
Yes.
says yes to the runes.
Yes to the ruins.
Yep.
Agreed.
Albion says yes. Tolan.
Tolan says yes to the ruins.
Oh well, I think that's our wisest members.
What?
Oh wait, sorry. Friday time. What do you say?
I
It's just
say
all over
we.
the floor today.
I say we forge the book and take it and try to get Airlift back.
Oh, but you would say that.
I have to say that.
Yeah, true enough. Would you be greatly offended if we didn't?
Yes.
Oh man.
Well, then maybe we get the book forged. I mean, it is not a terrible plan. Hand them over a book that will take them forever to decipher, omit, maybe some of this information that, doesn't seem to make any sense, or that might lead us down to this path to the ruin, and hopefully it'll take them longer to get there. By that time, hopefully we can get to that location, and if there's something there, make it inactive. So we never really discussed what we were going to do at the location.
True.
We're hoping that there's another missing piece, or that there's something there, and whatever it is, is inconsequential. We'd actually just kind of hand it over to them, but they might get along this path a little quicker than we did. So, plus, I'm not entirely sure that there's something not hidden in this book.
Okay.
Starts doing crazy math. If I take every third syllable and reduce that down to a consonant or a
It's almost like some kind of Da Vinci Code or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna end up on Oak Island.
Well, then I think if it's a matter of, I think we have to support Friar Time. Let's get the book forged, hand it over, and get the Halfling Pope back. Okay. So I'm with Friar Time. So it's 2 against
Okay.
4.
We could. That's right. I don't want to make. I'm not making the decision for you.
Somebody say something. This awkward silence is.
Oh, well, let's go get
Something.
the book forged. See how good our forger is, and
Sounds like a plan.
Or should we search around for an outside forger?
that's not a terrible idea. Let's not use the one provided to us. In other words, since they just happen to be in town.
Or do we not? I whispered, do we not trust Brother Cadfell?
It's not Cadfell. It just seems to be convenient that a world-class forger is here in town, and that Cadfell knows that they're here.
So we
I
don't
mean-
trust him.
You did
Okay.
originally ask someone who didn't trust anyone.
Good point. Good point. Okay.
So,
Well, don't forget, King Square is a big city, so it's not unusual that you'd be able to find a lot more services than you would in, say, Tamaqua or something.
Gronk thinks, fortune has favored us so far. So if Brother Cadfell has recommended this, I have to trust a man of the cloth. Gronk says, let's travel to this recommended forger.
But if you want to go into town and ask around, that's fine too. I'm not.
No, Gronk.
Once Gronk makes up his mind,
That's right. He's Gronked.
he's like the mountain,
Dead?
immovable.
Nah, pretty sure he died.
Someone from your past that might be of reputable service there, Friar Time?
Somebody from my past.
Yes.
This is my first time in the city.
Hmm.
Do
True
you,
that.
want me to, do you want me to see if I can maybe suss out someone using my
I grew up in
streetwise,
Nutella.
Hmm.
Walk around speaking thieves can't, just randomly see if I can. Looking.
I trust Brother Cadfell, even though he's a human.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's not. I don't often trust humans.
I will trust the all you people then.
He's got a very honest face.
Yes, there's the inside joke.
And you have this feeling, Friar Time, that you might have known him at some point in the past, even though you didn't. He's just that sort of fellow. You know how you meet people like that who you sort of feel like you've known them all your life, or you don't quite know what it is.
Yep, I do feel that way.
Okay.
Did the screen just change? 'Cause I'm
Yeah, I
all-
noticed that myself.
Oops, did I go? Wait.
it just says I have an all white picture.
It
Yeah,
snowed. It
I
snowed.
reload.
Reload and make sure I didn't screw anything up.
It's the White Album.
Now I see a white with grid.
It's Pennsylvania Rule 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the snow.
Oh
It's
god, I
third-
can't get away from it.
It's third winter.
It's here.
There we go.
The
You have it?
prophecy has come true.
Yeah. Can I have a ping when you have a chance? Please?
Sure, I was I didn't think I moved the bookmark because I was scrambling in another tab.
Yeah, it could just been a hiccup by Roll20.
I'm not sure.
Especially for those of us that don't pay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the general direction here? Rascalfoot wants to poke around in town, or no?
Well, I can. I mean, like I said, I don't mind trying to use what kind of thiefly connections I can, go to some disreputable places like the Grungy Gnome and see if I can figure out if there's other forgers available.
I say we trust Harford's brother.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So yeah, we'll just go to the.
Yeah, you can go to his forger. This ought to be interesting. I mutter under my breath.
Well, Brother Cadfael did do some adventuring before he settled down into administration. So, he had to occasionally walk on the other side of the railroad tracks. There's railroad tracks near where I live, but I haven't figured out yet whether I'm on the good or the bad side.
Let's just assume both sides are bad.
Maybe.
Up in your area, definitely.
What do you mean? Just because they hire people's cousins and godsons and all that? You think that's such a bad thing?
I'm not even getting the nepotism.
No, there is that. In any event.
There's a story there.
I could tell you stories. All right, so morning has broken, and Sister Youth provides you with does bring in some supper for you, or some breakfast rather.
Okay.
I hope you like it, she says, but it's just okay.
Yeah. How'd she get a job in a church of Harfoot if she can't make a decent breakfast? Claymore grumbles.
Look,
under his breath because he still wants to eat. He doesn't want her to take it away.
It's a hard time. They had to let humans in, and the quality just went down.
Yeah. That's what happens.
Or maybe she just got older and lost her sense of taste.
It could be that too.
It does go as you get older, I hear.
No, I think you just don't care anymore.
Okay, so are you making your way into town, or you're doing some other investigations here at the church? Tolan's looking more at the painting.
Yeah, I'll go into town and I will try to, like I said, I will try to use all my thiefly abilities to see if I can find a contact for us.
Okay. So how are you and what are other people accompanying him, or kind of hanging back a little bit, let him go ahead?
I think I should do this alone, guys, just because, looks a little suspicious if we're all kind of
Definitely.
showing up. Hey,
I'm going to take the opportunity to rest up and get my spells back.
anybody here a forger? I'm not the cops or anything.
I swear, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm under obligation to tell you if I am.
sure.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
That's what makes it funny.
Okay, so where are you headed, Rascalfoot?
Well, again, from my previous time in King Sawyer, would I get a sense of the more disreputable, this is the bad side of the tracks, or this is, I went into that one Grotty Gnome place thinking it was going to be pretty, but it ended up being a nice spot with just a bad name.
Yeah, the new owners are trying to clean it up, attract the hipsters and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you were with Velvaro, and didn't you guys go to that one kind of sketchy bar?
Yes.
Where he met El Mahim.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a perfect spot to go back to. That would be a perfect spot. I'll go there and.
Okay. So although it's early, the bar is open. You suspect the bar is always open.
Excellent.
The bartender looks very tired, like he only got 5 hours of sleep or something.
Right.
And there are a few patrons in the bar.
Oh, yes.
Soldier and
A
couple of
woman in a green
soldiers.
beret.
A woman in a green beret, greenish beret.
Yeah.
The barkeep's wife is also in there making the breakfast. Some people are having
I will have a
little bit of gruel along with and eggs along with their early morning alcohol.
Oh, so this is not a good breakfast.
No, the food smells okay.
Okay, I'm gonna have some because I don't think I would be satisfied with Sister Griselda's grits or whatever it was we had.
All right, and he also provides you with a pint to go with it if you so desire.
I love this place.
You guys may not get Rascalfoot back. This may be the end of his adventurous career.
It's getting. There's a lot of thinking going on, and Rascalfoot's like, I don't know. He's not really a thinking man. So I look around the bar. Is there anyone that sort of stands out as being, to my, my Hobbit thief senses, as being maybe a little bit more shady than the other people in this bar?
Shadier than you?
Yeah, exactly. I got to find someone way shadier than me.
I don't know. Do you want to try a thieves' cant or something to see if you can attract them, or you want just maybe an intelligence roll to see if you or maybe it'd be more a wisdom roll?
Do thieves have thieves' cant in BFG?
If you want. I don't think it's I don't think in basic it was ever spelled out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll do a wisdom roll here and see if I can suss it out. A 10. My wisdom is unfortunately an 8. So I go over to the undercover cop in the bar and try to buy some amphetamines from him. Is this guy a guard?
There's two guys in there who look like they might be guards. You don't know if they're town guards or bodyguards, but they're definitely here having their eggs and breakfast and just a small, maybe a small shot, but they're not deep into their cups by any means. They don't seem to be here to drink.
Obviously professionals. So I think I will go over to the Jolie La Femme in the green beret. And I'll kind of do my Hobbit swagger over there. And I'll say, bonjour, mademoiselle. Comment ça va?
And somehow
And
to me
Sorry, that's Canadian for, hey, how's it going?
How's it going, eh?
How's it going, eh? How yous guys?
How you guys doing?
use guys.
You seem to be here by yourself. Would you like a drink?
She says, I'm fine. Is there something I can help you with? And this is a
God, Rascalfoot, he really needs to meet Sparrow.
well, give me a charisma roll there.
Get some lessons in how to be a suave. Well, my charisma's 13, and I rolled a 13.
Okay. So she is talking with you, although is not necessarily fully hasn't bought the whole goods yet. She said, you're not really my type here.
Oh, I understand that.
Maybe you lick your eyebrows.
It's not really anyone's type.
Say that again for our time.
So do the bit where you can lick your eyebrows.
I think that's a Jackson's Chameleon or something.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Are you waggling your tongue at me?
I said, oh no, I understand that, but you see, I'm looking for some help, and I thought maybe you might know, being someone of the city.
And she, well, let's see.
I don't know why this seems like a bad Craigslist meetup.
Because it is.
I've been there.
I wouldn't know.
No, I totally know what you're talking about.
We're bad people.
In any event, she says, she kind of says, well, this isn't really a charity here. I'm not sure there's much I can help you with.
Oh, don't worry. You would, your help would be rewarded. I just need a little help finding a certain type of professional.
And she raises her eyebrows and kind of looks down at the table a little bit, looks back at you.
Be more specific, please.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's gonna give you her rates.
No,
she's not that. She's not that kind of girl.
No.
You want to
She's not on. She's not on Craigslist.
I'm looking for a person who can do a little writing job for me.
She kind of, twirls her fork around a little bit in her food, and that's an interesting request.
Yes, they have to have a very fine hand, and I need something to be copied. A scribe, but someone who's perhaps a little bit more talented than that.
Well, she thinks for a bit, takes a bite of her food, nice slow sip of her drink. I perhaps could direct you in that direction. Point you in that direction.
Rascalfoot puts his hand on the table and says, well, and he removes his hand, and there is 2 gold coins. What would your fee be to direct me to this person?
She said, well, that would do if I was out in the sticks like Adela or something.
Well, this is my problem. I haven't been in this city, and so I'm not completely aware of what the rates are. And so another gold coin sort of just appears in his hand, and he places that down.
And you see her kind of thrumming her fingers now, thrumming all 5 fingers on the table.
And 2 more gold coins appear.
And she says, and she leans in quietly. She says, you're looking for Eldera Kaser. And she gives you an address not far from here. It's in kind of this also sketchy sketchy side of town.
Eldera Kaser. And is he someone who is, shall we say, quiet about what he does?
Oh, she'd be quite quiet, but very expensive.
Expense is no problem.
More than just 5 gold coins.
Oh, of course. This is the kind of work that would require much more. And would you vouch for? Is Eldera a male or female?
She had said it's a woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is she someone that you would vouch for?
Well, I gave you the address.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thank you very much. And I take out another gold coin You didn't speak to me, correct?
And she takes the gold coin and, sort of it doesn't even see you anymore.
Nope. That's good. And I get up and I pay my bill at the bar and say, barman, let me just say, the finest breakfast I've had since I've been here.
And he thanks you for that. He said, recommend me to your halfling friends.
Oh, I will, my
You
friend.
know, we can always use more halflings.
I think that's actually an old expression. And so I saunter out of the bar and then run like the Dickens back to the church.
There we go. That's what we've been missing. The rascal foot sound effects.
Like Fred Flintstone bowling.
Yeah. But he makes sure that he's well past the door of the bar. He doesn't want to look like he's in any hurry, but he wants to get back and see the boys and say, I think I found our forger.
What'd you find?
Well, a woman named Eldara Kaser.
Isn't that the same name that Brother Cadfield gave us?
I don't know. Was it?
I don't think Brother Cadfield gave us a name, but it's okay.
He did give us a name, but John didn't write it down, so that's why I'm asking.
No,
Is
he
that-
didn't
is
give
that-
us. This is a completely different person because I just wasted 6 gold pieces getting this information. So it is a totally different person who's much better than whoever Cadfield was going to give us. Okay,
I think this requires a dice roll.
which
To
kind?
see if you can remember.
Or a yes no? Yes no but.
Yes, no, but.
That's John.
Maybe.
It was late last night. You're not sure if you quite remember exactly what name Brother Cadfield gave you.
Pride goeth before the fall.
Sadists.
So I have the location, her location. So perhaps
I just want to verify, what is the name that Brother Cadfield gave us?
listen. There's no need to rub this in. Okay. have some faith in me.
I have complete faith in you.
Yeah.
With a straight face.
Listen, we don't have time for rubbing my nose into the dirt. Let's get going on this thing. We gotta
right,
get this
I-
copy.
I tell Claymore he did well. We will go with this person.
It must be a sister or a relative. It can't be the same one. Maybe it was her mother.
Or her father.
And she smelled of elderberries. So let's go. So who wants to? Well, perhaps Friar Time and Tolan should go then. To the
I
forge.
normally don't do this sort of stuff, but why not?
Well, you would be able to inspect the
It
forge.
works.
Yeah,
Okay.
the forgery, and Friar Time, guy that told him who it was, he should go, and then if something bad happens, he can blame Brother Cadfell.
It's just whoever this person is competent enough.
Well, I mean, yes, we can all go, but
Would
Hey.
Gronk's like true seeing spell help again here? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, like it's a forgery. Like, or what if it's like a charm or something like that? But I mean, what if it was just like a charm on the book that only lasted until we got out of like the forgery shop or something? Like we wanted
Hey,
an
but-
actual forgery, not like
well, no, I think this is a real forger.
okay.
This is not some. There's no point trying to do some magical manipulation because, I would imagine these magicians will have some sort of, ability like you
Well,
do.
No, I know, but I mean, what if the forger just puts like a temporary glamour saying, "Oh, isn't this the best book you've ever seen?" And you guys are all like, "Ooh, ah."
Well, no,
But Mark said true.
she won't do it because Brother Cadfeld said she was the best, so she'd never do that to us.
Okay.
And the church only hires the best.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's a good thing we have a dwarf with true sight.
So you're gonna use your true sight. I don't know if that's a true seeing. You want to make sure, Gronk, that it's not that she's not trying to cheat you. Is that right?
Well, I guess I was just thinking, like, because Gronk's been around the block a few times, and he's seen it where someone might buy like a valuable gemstone or a valuable antique or a valuable book, right? And it's really just a temporary glamour.
What? Who would do that?
Than like a proper book. So Gronk would like to do his true seeing again thing, and just make sure like what you guys are actually seeing is what he can actually see too. Yeah.
It's okay. He's a dwarf. We'll allow it.
Gronk being a dwarf, he's seen a lot of fake gemstones being passed off. That was just like a glamour spell. And then as soon as you got away from them, then fake.
I mean, Claymore, you and I know that this person is trustworthy.
Claymore's actually thinking, "You've seen this, eh? That sounds like you don't." Now, do you have a spell that would make people think that something wasn't what it was that it is? Anyway, we'll talk about that.
Don't, but
Yeah,
Colin,
We can talk about that later. You're right. We got to get this.
you've seen what Glabrus used to do. The images he could put in people's minds. He had the ability to do that. And if he could do it, and he wasn't a very good spellcaster. If he could do it, anybody could.
Yeah. Okay.
He was just an elf. I mean,
Are you
they're
you
not
talking
known
about-
for magic.
Are you talking about Sparrow?
No, Glabrus.
Oh, was he
That-
an
that-
elf?
That bard, yeah, he was an elf.
Oh,
He was
really?
an elf.
Hard to tell. Bards, elves. Anyway, I want to go see this woman that I found. I
fully support you. Let's do it.
I probably should have made up another name, but this is
No.
much more entertaining.
No, this is
Oh, this
I
is
like
totally. This is
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted.
Yes. Let's go find the woman I suggested we find.
this. We've just wasted 6 gold. I'm gonna have to pick 6 pockets now to make that money back. Oh well.
But that role playing was priceless.
Yeah.
Shot down by another female.
Won't be the last.
No, I
Walk off.
know that.
It's the curse of Door.
So who's gonna go and do this?
Do you
I'll
want
go-
me to go?
I'll back you up.
You know what I'm thinking, Velvaro? I'm thinking you're better here with me protecting. Like, I don't want you to get mixed up in nefarious dealings, knowing how you feel about nefarious dealings.
I see. So you want me to stay here? That's basically what you're saying.
No. I think your value is here protecting, and we'll let the dwarf go for the true seeing. Tolan for the does the book look like a good enough book, and Friar Time cause whatever.
What?
Brother
What?
Catfill said.
What?
Send the wise
I think-
then.
I think Velvoro should carry the book.
Okay. Okay.
So
I
are
make
you all
a-
going?
I guess we might as well.
Yeah.
Can't go.
Sure.
John, if we pass a theater on the way, I boo at it. So
You do. You passed several
Okay.
theaters.
I shout to people, inside are evil liars.
Are any of them playing a play of Velvaro?
Charlatan.
He has the dice.
Charlatans.
Yes, but it had closed last week.
Oh.
So like the posters are old, and you can tell the date was about a week or two ago. So you're not sure. Maybe it wasn't making enough money, or you're not positive.
I really want to see this play.
We interrupted one a long time ago with the doppelgangers.
We did.
Well, I wasn't
It was a famous
there.
act too. I mean, much more famous than our Velvaro.
Probably more tolerable too.
Actually, he wasn't.
That's shocking.
He was just as annoying.
That's
Oh.
almost impossible.
Now it's pile on Velvaro time.
Okay, so you make it to the magic shop, and you are greeted by a woman, probably in her mid-30s, dressed. She has like a flower thing in her hair, and dressed pretty well for this hour of the morning. You get the feeling that she, likes to dress up in maybe a little bit of vanity.
Did you want to just ping John? Sorry,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes,
Nope.
I need to do that
just
because
for Chris.
for- no, for everybody.
Oh,
There we go.
Nice.
So, and the place is packed with stuff. So while she's very,
Sorry, I
What's
was
that
going to say
again?
I'm starting to suspect Brother Cadfael isn't as chaste as he lets on. Sorry.
no, I don't think he ever. I don't think in his younger days he ever
Never.
dallied with the ladies. That at least
Oh,
not that
okay.
Earl let on. That was
Yeah.
Earl's former character.
Because he didn't have a hat.
No, he didn't wear a hat. Yeah, that's the thing is if you wear a hat, you're a ladies' man.
Oh, okay. Wait.
I'm just saying. That's those,
It all
are,
makes sense.
those are the rules.
How do you think
And-
Sparrow got off the hook?
I'm looking for the actor's name.
Sorry. Go ahead.
That's right. And she says, "Yes, may I help you, gentlemen?" And she kind of does this thing, she talks, not dismissive, just it's a little quirk she has.
Yes, we were
Oh.
recommended your services.
Burbage was his name.
What was the name?
Richard Burbage.
Was
He
the
was the
actor?
Yeah.
He was the actor playing Velvaro.
Oh,
Who turned out
okay.
to be a doppelganger.
Yes. He was smitten with Tabitha.
Yeah, see, that's why you
yeah.
could never trust them.
Because he played Velvaro.
Because he was an actor.
And she says, "Well, have you come for my services? Do I have discussions about actors?"
Your services. We were told that you.
No, I know you. I know that was
Good
out of
at
that was out of
copying
character. She
things.
doesn't say that. She says, "Well, is there something I can help you with?"
Yes, we like to have something copied quite thoroughly.
That can be expensive. I mean, I'm just letting you know that right up front. What length is this? A document, a love letter, a letter of introduction? She said, I don't do currencies. I do not do currencies."
Albion smacks Rassicafoot on the shoulder and says, "Don't worry, he'll foot the bill."
Very good, Grim Brim. Sense of humor is always good.
Who has the item in question?
She said,
I-
"Oh, an item."
Yeah, I go to her side and I pull the book out of my bag. Thump. Yeah,
And we need it by tonight.
And she, is this what I think it is?
No.
and she starts to page through it. She said, who are you folks? How did you get a hold of this? Is this real anyway?
Let me just say that we are not people to be trifled with.
Says the guy that's 3.5 foot tall.
I'm 3 foot
That would sound a lot more impressive coming from me.
and 3/4 foot tall.
And she kind of gives you a little dismissive look, Rascalfoot, and turns back to Tolan. She says, "Is this really his notebook?" She said, I can tell you're also a fellow man of magic."
We believe it to be.
She said, "Well, I don't know if I want to copy it. I think I want to purchase it."
I wish we could let you. A man's life hangs in the balance.
Are you sure you don't want to sell this? I have many different things here in the shop that might be of interest to you.
I'm afraid not. But we'd be more than willing and happy to purchase your services in order to copy this.
So she thinks, and she says, I can do this. I can do this. Oh, it'd be quite a challenge. But it's going to cost you. Are there any magic items you'd be willing to trade for this? Because then this is not a mundane task.
Gronk does have that magic cloak, the Hood of Many Faces.
It is unique.
That is
And she
How
says,
about-
"Well, I'll let you guys decide."
How about this?
She's
And
pouring through the book, and
Albion pulls out 5 pounds worth of red dragon scales. How about this?
she says, "Oh, dragon scale. I have plenty of those. I'm sorry to say."
She is not.
She says, "You're not the only would-be heroes who come through town seeking my services."
Would-be heroes.
Oh,
All right. Very well. I have other magical items.
And Gronk has. I don't need to Gronk offer the hood to her, or or Albion has other magic items he wants to offer.
I don't know. I'm just kind of talking to the other guys, but
You
haven't
guys
really-
decide among yourselves.
we haven't really
she's
used that.
very busy pouring through the book and making that little noise she makes each page.
But do you have this, dear lady? And I show her the sample of the doppelganger purple liquid.
Ugh. She said, well, "And what was that for? What would that be for?"
I don't remember, but the doppelgangers were using it for something.
Rascalfoot.
I look at Fryer. He knows.
Even I actually do remember what it was for, but, which is rare.
oh, is that the stuff that we we got in the church?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, after we locked the guy in the outhouse.
Yes,
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I remember that. Yep.
there were outhouses before you, Shannon.
Oh,
It's a
Yeah,
long,
yeah. We have a long history of locking people in like privies and outhouses and things.
of course you do.
Of course we do. I do remember that. It was very
Rascalfoot-
powerful magic.
Rascalfoot whispers into Gronk's ear, "Use your true seeing on this woman. I want to find out what she really is."
Oh, so now we're all up in the true seeing. Okay. All right. So Gronk, let me just see here.
I don't think she's a
I
human.
believe I have other things for trade. And Albion's kind of distracting her.
So Gronk casts True Seeing. He has a range of about 120 feet. Can't penetrate solid objects, but he sees through normal disguises or magical disguises, things that
Mhm.
are polymorphed.
Sure. She is not polymorph. She is what she appears.
Oh,
Albion has the ability to see invisibility if that matters.
And there's nothing especially invisible here in the room.
All right.
sorry.
So that's all right. You're double
No.
checking her, making sure this isn't a trap.
I was saying sorry, Gronk.
Albion pulls out one of the 2 witches masks that he has, as well as a Dragon Man coin. Do these look unique to you?
She says, "Well, that would go part of the way towards my fee. But again, I'm really looking for something magical to augment my collection here."
Okay. Rascalfoot says, okay. I didn't want to have to give this up. But this is serious. I will give you the most precious thing I have. And I pull out of my coat a carved talisman of a bald-headed man. And I say, I kind of hold it back from her. I said, do you realize what this is?
She says, "No, enlighten me."
This is the talisman of Aldo. You've never heard of Aldo the Great, the Magnificent, the Terrible?
What's his last name?
The Terrible. And he's a great, great wizard. And he gave this to me for services that I rendered unto him. And I do not wish to part with it, but we must save a man's life.
She says, "Is it magical?" I've been pretty specific in my concerns.
It is. Do you know who I am? I'm Claymore Rascalfoot, the greatest thief in the world. And how do you think I became the greatest thief? It is with the talisman of Aldo. It blesses
Give me a
the carrier.
Give me a D20 roll, Rascalfoot. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Roll.
It is
play.
it is so powerful you can't even detect magic.
Roll for bullshit, please.
My charisma is 13.
She says, "Well, you're a very charming little man." She said, "But I know it's not magical." She says, "I kind of do this for a living."
Albion pulls out Ravine's staff that he.
So she doesn't get mad at you and kick you out of the shop.
I tried.
Okay, so that you have the witch's staff from way back when.
Ravine's staff.
Yep.
And she didn't like the liquid, the doppelganger liquid, I guess.
No, she says, I'm not into that alchemy. I don't,
What else?
And she said, and I get much better wine and liqueur from some nearby establishments.
Oh.
So
Have you ever had breakfast? Have you ever had breakfast at the local inn? It's very good.
She said, I don't drink before noon. She said, I'm not, halflings.
You don't drink before noon. I'm really disappointed with this person. I'm about to leave.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. You don't
So
want
Albie.
So go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. So Albion, you're going to offer up the witch's staff there.
Ravine's staff. Yep.
Yep. So she looks at that. She says, "Oh, much, much, much closer, much, much closer." So she takes that, and she said, "Now this is going to take a while. This is going to take several hours for me to do the incantations and produce the copy."
I'll sit with you. How can I help?
Okay. Yeah. So you're not going off to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You want to make sure that everything's on the up and up.
Right.
Albion
I don't
will
want to
s-
get 2 copies of a book and neither one of them be the original.
Albion will stay as well. He has nothing better to do. Maybe you can
So
make a purchase.
Yep. So she goes through and she does take the staff. So take that off your list there, Albion.
All right. I still have a lock of her hair, so that's
Okay.
fine.
And she goes through her incantations. In fact, to you non-magic users, it's actually rather boring. It seems to be taking a long, long time. She does have a number of books in the room. She says you're certainly welcome to read them if you to while the time away.
Rascalfoot just kind of lies on the floor like a small child.
That actually, with the thing with Aldo was nice. It's just she could tell it was not magic.
I actually didn't want to. I didn't want to give it up.
Okay. We have to bring him back sometime.
I'm convinced it is magical. It just isn't. She's not powerful enough to see it.
Okay. And after a long, long time, much longer than you would like. I mean, some of you are really chomping at the bit at this point. You see the book, and it seems to divide in two.
Uh-oh.
It shimmers in the air, and all of a sudden there are two of them.
Impressive.
And she says the one on the right is the actual one. It's very, like, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
But now, is this an exact copy?
Well, what did you ask for?
Well, okay, but no, I'm not saying this to her. I'm saying to the group. Well, we don't want to give them an exact copy, right?
I don't
Can we
care.
can we rip out the last page? You know, so they get to the end. It's like, how do you do the incantation?
I would suggest ripping out the middle. They may look at the. It's easy to check the back.
Yeah, if they see the end. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I'm just going by what I've heard about books.
Yeah, the problem that I would have with any of this is that it's much easier to make a direct copy. We would lose lots of time asking her to make an altered copy.
Okay.
Now, we could remove a couple of pages from the middle.
We could. I don't know if they'd be able to detect that.
Maybe make it look like age has taken its toll. Or maybe in the weather.
Possibly. We could just place a curse on the book. The copy, I mean.
Okay. I mean, if she's capable of doing that, then, certainly, but I don't want to add too much time to this because I don't want to hand them a working copy.
I'm concerned about that too, but if we have a working copy and they have a working copy, and
But
we know
we at
where
least know, yeah,
we may be able to get there first.
right.
Okay.
It's on the road to Alexandretta.
Alexandretta! On the way from the Pilgrim Trail.
I knew you'd get that.
Should have mailed her to the Marx Brothers. Sorry, I know that too well.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I think having an identical copy is better than giving them our only copy.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, if we can do something to try to slow them down, whether it is to rip out a few pages or even magically alter a page.
Yeah, if there's a chance of to make it more of a cipher than it already is.
Yeah.
Well, and that's true too, right? I mean, it's not like they're going to read the book and go, "Oh, yeah, okay, we know exactly what's going on." They'll probably have to sit down and study it, and right?
Yep.
So.
Okay. So she thanks you for the business, and she says, "Are you sure you don't want to part? Now you have a copy of it. Maybe you'd want to sell the original to me."
Does the original have something that the copy wouldn't have? Like, yeah, I mean, really, if we give them the real one and we keep the copy, does it matter? I mean, like if they're exact and we don't really care if we've got the original, we just need a copy so that we know sort of what's going on if they try to do something.
No, I want the original.
You think? I was thinking maybe we give them the original, and then there's no doubt that they'll, because if they look at the copy and somehow figure out it's a copy.
I'd like to get. I'd like to talk to her on the side about getting that spell. I don't want to destroy her custom, and certainly I wouldn't use it for that. But I visit many a library, and I could use exact copies of the books that we keep running into. Is there a way to detect this as a forgery at all?
She says my work's pretty good. I think they would have someone would have a hard time detecting which is which. And also, this notebook's been lost for so many years. It's not like they have anything to compare it to. I understand the actual original notebooks are kept in the Temple of Harfoot, so they wouldn't even have those as a reference. So anything else you'd like to do here with Eldera Kaser?
I probably no. I think Gronk's true seeing spell wouldn't have lasted. So it'd be interesting to see if Gronk could tell if they were different or not. But
you could take a look and give like a wisdom check and see if you notice any differences.
Cool.
It'd be maybe more superficial, but
let's see here.
I
have a wisdom of
cleric,
16.
You're used to deal.
All right.
Go ahead.
16.
Throw a 5. 5 would be pretty good with almost anything.
Okay.
It seemed very identical to you.
Cool.
There's absolutely nothing that jumps out at the one on the left that says, copy.
Okay.
All right. All right, so you take you notice now. I mean, it's mid-afternoon. The sun will be going down soon.
Uh-oh.
So you have a little bit of time, but it will take you a little bit of time to get up to the old watchtower where you were before.
Where did we leave the tower?
I think outside of town.
Okay.
I think where we usually have it, right?
Yeah.
We had
I
that
was just
spot
trying to-
slightly outside.
If it'd be better to leave the original in the temple or put it in our tower.
You'd have time to skedaddle out to your tower and back if you really hustled.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Adela where we usually leave it. Sorry.
No, but you're right. We usually leave it outside of town. That's why I was wondering, do we feel the original would be safer left at the temple with Brother Cadfell or in our tower? We've never had anybody that we know of. We've never had anyone break into our tower, but we don't know if anybody's tried to. We don't have like ADT to do security to let us know.
Note to self: find gargoyle. All right.
I'm okay with leaving it with Brother Cadfell if everybody else is.
I trust in the wise.
I mean, he's only a 10th level cleric, but
Is that when he retired?
yeah, that's what my character sheet says.
Extreme leader when he got kidnapped. Crickets.
Okay. What's that again? I'm sorry.
Leader of the church. When he was kidnapped.
Oh, that I don't know. I don't know what level he is.
Yeah. But yes, we can leave it with Brother Cadfell.
All right, that's fine.
I mean,
quite honestly, it's more of his musings. It's interesting from a collector's point of view. There's actually some good information to be gleaned from here, but none of it on the track of what we're looking for. It certainly isn't as interesting to me as a magical book. It's really good for NG.
It's more of a book club
Learn
book.
and
It's more of a book club book.
yeah.
Okay, so are we leaving Eldera Cay, sir?
I think we got
Yes,
the goods.
Yes, and we're heading back to the temple.
All right, we're back at the temple. I'll ping for Chris's sake and for everybody else. So you're going to leave the original with Brother Cadfell?
Yes. Unless anybody else has an objection.
Nope,
No.
sounds good.
And he says,
Good
well,
enough.
I wish you good luck. I hope it's a good enough forgery, and I hope you're able to bring the clerk back to us. And he says, if not, I will offer prayers for your soul for the rest of my days. Prayers for your souls. And he does say, if anybody wishes, a last confession or last rites before you go, I could help with that.
No need.
I think I need to do that.
I can.
I've been doing things recently that I'm not proud of.
Gronk says, okay, I can take care of that on the road, but yeah, I think you're gonna get the good blessings here. So
I think I should confess to Brother Cadfell. I would feel better.
All right. So you and Brother Cadfell have a very heart-to-heart religious talk, and he offers his blessing, and you pray together.
Yeah.
Because Fire Time has been leaning a little bit darker lately.
Indeed.
I've got quite a tan. And this way, I'm good. I can go ahead and do whatever the hell I want.
Fuck everything.
Much like Catholicism. Yep, I'm good now. Tops off with Jesus. All right.
Okay. So should I take you up to the old watch?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
please.
Take
Said
you
the
to old
Joker to the
watchtower?
thief.
Oh, somehow I have two of you on here. Let me ping you. You can just see.
Yes, there we all singing cat.
I must have copied at one point.
Imposters.
We all have mirror image. now.
Doppelgangers.
Doppelgangers.
And they don't know the code phrase.
That's it. That's a combat.
Honestly, I don't think anybody's asked me what my code phrase is. So
Avocado.
Well, we now know what the.
is that what it is?
Albie just shrugs.
Carillon, that's another part of the church. I think that's where they ring the bell.
I think you're right. Okay, so you get up to the old watchtower, and I'm gonna probably leave you with a cliffhanger here.
Literally.
Not this place again. I say.
But I want to give you just a second or two. Does anybody want to set themselves up a certain way? It is now pretty dark. It took a while to get outside of town. Just want to give you a chance if you want to set anything up.
Well, are we going to exchange this book? So, or are we going to attack them? Or I look at all the spellcasters who he considers the wise.
The council.
And double cross would mean we'd have the lifetime enmity of the flying creatures.
So what's your point?
And
Well,
Gronk thinks this is a place of great evil, so he's going to be ready to cast protection from evil 10-foot radius.
no, if Alvaro says if it's just going to be exchange, he's going to sit under the tree and relax. So, like
Okay.
last time.
Yeah, are we just, or do we want some hidden backup?
Oh, Like another invisible rascal foot?
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like we don't want to put all our cards on the table, right?
That's right.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't mind. There's not really a lot of cover here, though, right?
No, it's a bit of a cloudy evening.
Yeah. I just think we should spread out, just, in case somebody comes along, tries to fireball us or something like that.
I think Rascal Foot should go invisible again.
Okay. Although those guys will see that, right?
You think?
If they're have any sort of, mojo, they're gonna be watching for invisible stuff. And
Well, just for fun, Gronk puts on his magic cloak, his hood of many faces, and becomes a really good-looking human dude.
okay,
He can either be monstrous or a robot automaton, or just some guy.
so you think being a good-looking man will do what? Like,
I don't know. I got this cloak, man. I'm using the cloak.
Is it gonna impress them or something? Hey, we were gonna take that book and kill all of you, but you got a really good-looking guy with you.
One of you guys want to put it on and have like the monstrous face and be like, pretend to be like super tough badass.
Mm-hmm. I want to start a bonfire up on the upper upper thing, and oh God, am I actually carrying another book? I doubt it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start a bonfire up there. Because if they don't have the mage or the cleric with them, well, we might just toss this thing in the fire.
I guess
Okay.
a threat.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I'm sorry. We were negotiating in good faith here. You don't bring that cleric, we're done, and we will find you.
I have a concern about Toland's well-being. He's going to burn a book. Just reflect on that.
It's just a copy.